Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, we here. We back again. And now we going to be talking about grooming. We going to talk about starting of the first series of getting my men together. Getting men together. Movement of men. First thing, y'all cats got to get together. Is this grooming aspect. Now, you watch all these women go out and they put their makeup on, they do their face up, get their nails done, get their hair done, all kind of stuff. And it takes them hours and hours and hours. Even before they go out of the house, they got to spend crazy amount of time to get themselves right. And all of a sudden, you as a knucklehead comes out and all you do is put on your little clothes and walk out the door, and then you see one of these young women and you go speak to them, and then they reject you. Now, you can give all the excuses in the world that maybe you don't have no money, maybe you don't have the fancy clothes on, maybe you don't have no fancy car, all that. When in actuality, it could just be the fact that, yo, well, maybe you didn't brush your teeth today. Maybe you didn't put no deodorant on today. Maybe your hair looks all crazy. Maybe your face ain't clean. So the first thing to being able to get your self-esteem up and to get your confidence right is you got to groom yourself. Just like how these young women are coming out and taking all this time to get themselves right before they come out of the house. This is exactly what you should be doing for yourself. You don't have to take that much time, because as men, we don't have to do a lot of that other stuff to get ourselves together with our appearance. But what you should be doing is you should be making sure that you have some type of deodorant on. You make sure that you clean up your body, get the areas that have the most odor. Make sure that your face looks halfway decent. Your eyes don't have a whole bunch of, leftover mucus. You make sure that your teeth looks fairly presentable. I'm not talking about that maybe you may have missing teeth or you may have problems with some dental issues. Those things can happen, and depending on your money situation, you got to work on trying to get that right. But you still can brush your teeth. You still can floss your teeth. You still can make sure that your mouth looks halfway or smells halfway decent, unless you got some other type of problem. But you should be able to do that. And then you come out, you make sure that your clothes are halfway decent, that they're somewhat clean. I don't care whether or not you don't have a wash and dryer. When I was younger, when we didn't have no wash and dryer, my mom would wash the clothes in the sink and then put them on a little rope outside, hang dry those joints. That's what my mom would do. And I would have to wear interchangeable clothes every other day or something like that, because we didn't have no money like that in order for me to play the part or look like, I had a whole fancy wardrobe. Didn't have all that stuff. So you did with what you had. You worked with what you had. And so it's the same exact thing that you can do there. There's no excuse for you not to come out and look clean or even smell like you're somewhat fresh. No excuse for that not to happen. Don't expect that if you come out your house and people reject you or they look at you a certain way, don't expect that they're supposed to receive you because that's the way that you want to present yourself. Make sure that you present yourself in a manner where, just like you look at going at those women and you see them and they smell good, they look good, that's exactly what other people are looking for from you. They're looking for a reason to sit up here and interact with you. But you got to get your grooming right. That's the most simplest thing that you can do coming out of your house is to get your grooming right. Now, I'm standing here because I'm getting ready to go to the park. Now, I'm going to get myself all freshened up and stuff like that before I go. But I'm just trying to leave this little message here as it relates to some of the smallest little things that you can do to change your parents to change how your day goes is by making sure that you're fully groomed. Pay attention to your grooming. That's how you build your self-confidence. That's how you build your self-esteem. Not by having a certain amount of money, you're going to say, oh, I'm confident now. Or I got a car and I'm confident now. All those things wear off. Those aren't habits. You're not going to have those things forever. But what you can have forever is a perpetual routine that you're doing each and every day. That you're making sure that when you get up, that you do certain things, and that's in relation to your appearance. You make sure that you have some type of routine of making sure that your appearance is right. You make sure that your clothes are halfway decent. They don't have to be always ironed if you don't have an iron, but make sure that your clothes look somewhat decent. Make sure that you are taking care of your teeth. You make sure that your face looks halfway decent. Make sure that you put some type of sprays on or something. Even if you don't put any sprays, just make sure that you clean yourself up. And just know that even if you don't wear any type of chemicals or anything on your body, that throughout the day, you are going to start developing some type of odor. So you got to get some kind of wipe. So you get yourself a rag, put it with yourself, take it with you, and then go to a sink somewhere at a store or wherever you're at, and then just try to wipe yourself off. Little simple things right here, man. It's grooming. We as men have to groom too, because it's an appearance, it's an impression that you're given. You don't know what opportunities you're going to face when you step out this door. When you step out this door, there's a variety of opportunity that you can get out here. Whether it's you're looking for a young lady, it could be a job opportunity. It may be an opportunity where, and it's not an opportunity you would look forward to, but shoot, when my aunt used to tell me, because she's a medical profession, she used to talk about like, hey, what if there's an incident and you get injured and they got to start cutting off your pants and all this other stuff and you got dirty drawers on? You know how embarrassing that is? You're smelling a certain way and they got to take care of you. You know how embarrassing that is? So don't put yourself in a position where you're embarrassed. Next thing, fathers, you bringing out your kids shouldn't look like bums. Because you know what? It looks when people see kids that look like bums, it's a reflection of you, of being a parent. No reason why you should be having your kids coming out with snotty nose and food all over their face and their hair looking all crazy and their clothes looking all wild. You make sure that you take care of your kids too. My mom made certain that it didn't matter. We didn't have the money. My mom made certain that my clothes looked halfway decent. When I came out that house, that I looked halfway decent, so that people, when I went to class, the teachers can look at them and say, well, you know what, that's a kept kid. That kid's not being neglected, at least from that standpoint, not being neglected. So how are you as a father gonna come out and you wearing all of this Gucci clothes and Prada this and Mary this and all this other stuff, but your kid looks like a bum? Your kid's not kept. And I'm talking about throughout the whole day, your kid should be kept. If your kid got snotty nose, stuff like that, keep making sure you're wiping that kid's face off. Pay attention to what their hair is looking like the whole entire day. If they smell a certain way, then you got to take care of that. Flat out. There's no excuse. No excuse. That's a reflection of you. When I see bum parents like that, fathers like that, I'm looking at you as you're a clown. You're a super clown to me for letting your kid look like that. No reason why your kid should be out here looking like that at all. You make sure that your kid's appearance looks a certain way so that people don't judge you, which, that it is warranted. That people are going to judge you, that you care more about yourself than you care about your kid. So, like I said, this is going to be a boring, slow burn of series of trying to get my men, movement of men, a group of men. I'm not going to say that this is a group of real men. I'm not going to say that because you know, then you start to have these issues of, how much are you putting yourself in a better category than other men. I'm just going to say that these are men that I'm trying to hopefully be able to groom and help out to make an impact on this world that's a little bit more positive, a little bit more positive than what I see out here right now. And that's not talking about all this other crazy stuff that is basically noise. I'm talking about the stuff that you need to take care of for yourself. If you want to get yourself to a certain level, there's certain little things that you should be paying attention to, because a lot of times when you come out here and you think it's because of all these other issues that are causing you the problems or giving you headaches, or you're being roadblocked by certain things. It could be something so simple that maybe you just don't look like you care about your appearance. You just don't look like you care about yourself. And that's an easy fix. Develop habits to take care of yourself by grooming yourself, and make sure that your parents, make sure that people don't have give a reason to to dismiss you because of the fact that you just don't smell right, you don't look right, you look crazy, your stuff is not clean. Don't give them a reason for that. Now, other reasons, yeah, there may be some other reasons that folks reject you or dismiss you, but don't give them that reason. That's the stupidest reason in the world for you to give people to dismiss you and avoid you. So as men, we have to take care of ourselves just as well as what the women do. We don't have to take as much time, but we need to take care of ourselves just as much as what we do for women. And that's how you build up your confidence. That's how you build up your self-esteem. Think about when you got the last compliment, when somebody said, hey, you smell nice. Or maybe some of y'all haven't got compliments at all. And the reason why you haven't got compliments at all is because you didn't give anybody a reason to give you a compliment. You want to be hard. Like, nah, people should accept me for who I am. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't have to accept you for who you are. You just stay in your little bubble, and people will think what they think, and that's it. Come on, man. This is easy stuff right here. That's the most simplest stuff. And maybe it's not easy because maybe you weren't taught that. Or maybe you think you're doing something, but you're not really doing it. Grooming. Take care of yourself. There's a lot of videos on there that'll tell you how to brush your teeth, how to put deodorant on, how to take care of your skin and all. There's a lot of different videos on there that do that. Make sure you have that together. Make sure that's the one thing that you know before you step out of this house, that you look the part when you come out of this house. That your clothes are a certain way. Make sure that stuff is together. Once you get that stuff together, then and build it as a habit, not where it just happens one time or you do it for a whole week or 2 weeks. No, 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 no. Every single day it should be a habit, something that you're implementing every single day. It absolutely needs to be ingrained in yourself and in your kids. Make sure that you take care of yourself. Groom yourself. Most important thing, as men, I'm about to go to this park, go do what I got to do. I got to freshen up and stuff like that. Man, I'm going to tell you, when I go to the park, man, there's these Jehovah's Witness young ladies that are always sitting there every single time. They always rotating their schedule, and they're at the park. Man, when I'm doing my little exercising at the park and I'm going around and I'm doing laps, it is an incredible smell that I get from these young ladies. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying grooming. Like, when I walk past these young women, the smell reverberates the whole entire area with them. That's pleasantry. That's what you want to be able to be known for. I don't know if their attitudes are jacked up. I don't know if they don't take care of their kids or whatever, but I can tell you one thing, the first impression I get is that I'm like, you know what? These young women seem to have taken care of themselves. They seem to be fresh and clean. That's what you want to be around. I don't want to be around nobody who doesn't smell right, or somebody who looks like they may be dirty. And I'm talking about dirty where willingly being dirty. I'm not talking about, someone who's just disadvantaged, but willingly being dirty when you don't have to be dirty. You know what I mean? Come on, yo. Let's get this together. Movement of men, man. Let's get this together. None of this fighting stuff and talking about the different sexes and the races and all this other stuff. I'm talking about men. Men need to get themselves together. Men are the ones that have the strength, that are able to do certain things in this world to change this world. We got to be the better example. We got to be the ones who fix ourselves and be much more positive, because we transcend what this world does. And we got to be better for our spouses. We got to be better for our kids out there. We got to set the example. So let's get our grooming together. All right? I'm going to catch y'all on the next note. Peace out.